Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And what are we doing today? I know it's not Wednesday. Usually Wednesday I do the live news and all that stuff, but today I'm doing a live commentary of my newest episode of Transformers Yellow Jacket. What's going on, MC DJ? What's up, Benno? Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope everyone else is out there doing okay. What's up, Rico? Sliding into home last second, man. But yeah, so what are we doing today? I'm just doing a live commentary of Transformers Yellow Jacket Episode 1. Link to that episode is in the description down below. This episode takes place after the prologues of Yellow Jacket, and Yellow Jacket takes place after Deep Cover. You don't necessarily need to watch Deep Cover to watch Yellow Jacket, but there are... there's a couple of little fallout things that happen in Yellow Jacket because of Deep Cover, but it's not necessarily like an integral part of the story or anything like that. So, yeah. So, like I said, you don't have to watch Deep Cover to watch Yellow Jacket. I suggest you watch Deep Cover so you get the full, full story of everything and what's going on, and the whole world and the sense of the world and all that stuff. So, what's going on? I'm gonna butcher this, man. What's up, Balsis? What's going on, Ultra Marcus? Speaking of Yellow Jacket is here in chat. Ultra Marcus and the lovely Oracle of Dreams. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys haven't checked it out, link to episode 1 down in the description below. Go check it out. The stop motion channel hit 100 subscribers, which is, I don't know, it's super cool to hit milestones and stuff. And I don't know, it just excites me. I don't know what it is. What's going on, Chris? Like I said, like I usually do, I'm going to give this 5 minutes of breathe time before I start the commentary and stuff. Let people come in and do all that. Okay, so Ball Who Shus. Okay, all right. Dig that. Right there for everybody. So yeah, give everybody about 5 minutes before I start this. And yeah, I know I've done these a few times. So like always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in chat. If I don't see them, feel free to ask them again. I'm not avoiding anyone's questions or anything like that. StreamYard does this weird thing where I'll go back and I'll watch something and I'll see a comment or a question or something in chat that I didn't see on my end, but it shows up in the stream and on the YouTube side, but not on the StreamYard side. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you feel like I missed it or skimped you or something like that, just ask it again. But yeah, so feel free to ask questions. That's pretty much it. Episode 2 of Yellow Jacket is in the works. I had to rework the scripts just a little bit because I found something. I don't want to spoil anything, but I did find something, and I kind of had different scripts. Idea-wise, I guess, or different scripts, whatever you want to call it. If I found it, I'm trying to leave it as vague as possible, right? As I don't want any spoilers. But if I found it, then I would go with a certain script. If I didn't find it, then I would have to go with a certain script. And I found it, so I'm going with the one version of the script of that with that one thing in it. And I know it's vague, but I'm going with that one version of the script. So reworking the second episode a little bit with that one thing that I found in mind. Ultra Marcus says, really enjoyed the first episode. The thing flowed really well. Awesome, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot, dude. I really did. Shout out to Oracle of Dreams for real. She is creative consultant for me. That's the best way I could put it. And I come up with an idea, and I'm like, hey, what does this sound like? Or what do you think about this? And then I'm thinking about playing this song with this or whatever. And I just kind of bounce ideas off of her when it comes to stuff. And but we will talk about more of that when we get into it, because that actually comes into uh play later on. Benno says, "Why do Croc have a kid voice, and how are kid Cybertronians made?" So the Croc. So I used you guys will see this later on, and but so the Croc figures that are in this episode, those are the only. So when I'm stop motion has like scale I have to worry about, right? Like how figures are going to scale with each other and all. So basically I can't use a Masterpiece Cup figure or Fans Toys Cup figure, right? And then pair him next to, I don't know, like a Hasbro combiner, because it doesn't work, right? Like scale wise, it doesn't work. So I had to think. I was like, okay, well, I wrote the script, and I was like, okay, there's a kid here, right? So now the kid has to have a parent. Well, okay, so what figures do I have that work in that scale? And I was just kind of looking at the shelves, and I was like, oh, Croc, both Crocs, they work perfect, done. So it's just like a real quick thing. And how are kids Cybertronians made? I don't know, man. I'm gonna just leave that up to your imagination, I guess. They shed their husk eventually, I guess. I don't know. TF Concepts, what's going on, man? But yeah, we're a little past the 5-minute mark. Maybe that's an idea I might explore. The how Cybertronian children are made, and maybe it's like a building thing, right? They get new bodies built at certain ages, right? So like at 1800 years, they get like their teenage type of body, and anything before that, they're like the size of Bumblebee or whatever. I don't know. We'll explore that. It's definitely something to explore. Let's see. Oracle says, Kurt Vonnegut had a great idea about eggs and whatnot. There you go. TF Concept says they make them. Right. Rico says protoforms. There you go. There it is. Protoforms. Done. But yeah, let's dig into this, or not even dig into it. Let's do some commentary. I'm gonna pause periodically. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, you're the best way to watch it is probably going to be watch it, not here, but watch it on the second channel. And so yeah, real quick before I start this, I want to shout out to all my VAs, all the voice actors. They killed it, man. They really did. And as I was putting this together, just kind of getting their lines and putting them together with the scenes and stuff, it was like seeing it all come together after, I think, like since February. I've been working on these first 2 episodes for this, kind of off and on for different reasons, but mainly because of time. But finally seeing all the lines come together with the scenes and come together with all of this stuff, it was like, yes, I really started to see it all kind of, kind of like the finish line, so to speak, right? I started to see that finish line. So, but yeah, what's up, Raziel Kane? He says, listening while driving. Awesome, buddy. Drive safe, man. Let's see. So yeah, man, like I said, so if you guys want to check it out on the second channel. That's probably going to be the best way to watch it, because I am going to pause this periodically and talk about everything else, what's going on in the episode. So let's get down to it, the nitty gritty. Let's hit that play button. And so we got my opening. Shout out to my buddy, Mr. Jones. He edited this all together for me here, like, I don't know now, like 4 years ago or something. It's been my intro since then. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, real quick, if you guys haven't catch this on the title card, here we go, right here at the beginning, right? Yellow Jacket, episode 1, The World Needs a Hero. It's a Megadeth reference, man. It is. The album cover, The World Needs a Hero, I kind of Oracle, I had Oracle kind of mimic that with this. So with Megadeth's mascot kind of coming out of the guy on the ground, and there's like blood all over the place and stuff. I kind of did that with Pharma here and Yellow Jacket. And like I said, The World Needs a Hero. That's the song that's playing over the title card, is Megadeth's World Needs a Hero. So yeah, that's that right there, you know. So TF Concept says, great job voice acting Yellow Jacket, the Ultra Marcus. Yeah, Ultra Marcus killed it, man. What's going on, Chauncey? What's up, man? And Ultra Marcus asks, is it Megadeth font too? Yes. Oracle found a font called Megadeth, of all things, and I think it's spelt EA instead of just E, so it's like DEAT, like the traditional way to spell death. It's just not spelt like the band spells it. So, and Rajal Kane says, I knew it. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be like a recurring theme going forward with this series. It's just kind of me putting like my favorite album covers, kind of remaking those and doing all that stuff with these title cards and stuff like that. So you guys, if you guys pay close attention to the title card, you can kind of see what the episode's going to be about. So yeah, let's keep going. The Sea of Rust. This was, I kind of hunted down this photo. This is just a sun with multiple moons and stuff on a planet, and I thought it worked really well. So, and this song is dope. Another Day Goes By. Fantastic song. I was listening. I was running one day, and this song came up, and this is why I love the fact that I took as long as I took to make this, because this scene was not in the original episode 1 script whatsoever at all. And I was just running one day, and this song came up on my MP3 player, and this whole scene just hit like a ton of bricks, man. And I just immediately had everything envisioned. And I came back when I got done. I came back, just wrote down the entire scene, you know, the song, what plays in the background, everything. And yeah, that's it. That was pretty much the end of it. And this is probably my favorite part of episode 1, because this is the fallout for Deep Cover dealing with Drive-By's death in the Deep Cover series. So yeah, this is a partial green screen, partial set. I set, I guess. So yeah. We are going to make we do have one for Deep Cover.
Hey, Drive-By.
But we have a playlist for Deep Cover on Spotify, and we're going to do the same thing with Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket is going to be done by episode, and then eventually it'll end up being like a whole playlist throughout the episodes and stuff. This whole thing, like, I play Deep Cover here, and I just really wanted to convey like how much he misses his buddy, man. You know, they were partners and they were friends and everything else, and I really wanted to convey how he's really excited about all the changes in Cybertron and everything that's coming and everything else. But you know, he's kind of dealing with, he's excited about that, but he's also dealing with the loss of his buddy, and he can't experience the new Cybertron without him. So yeah, it's just him dealing with the fallout and everything from that. So Ultra Marcus says, fantastic shot. Your camera work seems more dynamic. Oh, hold on, I gotta pause that right there. I'm gonna rewind that real quick. Just there's a little bit to talk about here with that Triptychon shot. But I'm gonna read Ultra Marcus's comment. He says, fantastic shot. Your camera work seems more dynamic than in your previous work. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Normally what I do is like I kind of have like this like grandiose kind of idea camera shot wise in my head, and it never really comes to play because a lot of the times I use a lot of different green screens. And I switched Mac to using just hard sets with green screen backdrops and in doing so, I'm able to get the different camera angles and stuff that I see in my head, if that makes sense. TF Concept says, what lights do you use when filming? They light the set fantastically. So in my office, in the house that we live in, before we moved in, they're just fluorescent lights. That's it. That they're essentially it's just office lighting. And where I film, it's a desk that stretches all the way across the entire room that the previous owners of the house had put in and stuff. And the light is straight up above the set. And so that's my lighting for the stop motion, is the lighting in the room. I don't really need any extra lighting, just because of the fluorescent tube lights and stuff that I have in the office. So yeah, Oracle said it a lot easier than I did. Daylight fluorescence. There you go. He says, for real, damn, that must be some good lighting. It is, man. Like it's not too far away or anything either, so it lights everything really well. And then I use Dragon Frame as well. And Dragon Frame, you can adjust the lighting in the program as well. You don't need to worry about constantly adjusting your lighting outside of. I don't mean like physically. I mean like, outside of the shot, outside of the world. You can adjust it in the program as well. What's going on, M3? What's up, man? Hope you're doing all right, buddy. Oracle says it was an old sewing room and the lady was almost blind. That's the truth. So this whole Trypticon thing is from a stop motion series that I started that I pulled from. So yeah, that's pretty much it. In that first episode, everything that Deep Cover says, Trypticon and Full Tilt leaving for a better life on the moon of Cybertronian moon of the Cybertronian moon Hecate. Don't know why it was difficult to say, but yeah. So I pulled all of that from this, and just kind of integrated that series into this series, and kind of borrowing some story ideas that I've kind of laid dormant since that stop motion ended, right? So that I didn't get a chance to kind of flush out. So I'm borrowing some story elements from that and putting them into Yellow Jacket that way. And that's pulled this whole scene. I didn't have the original footage, the unedited footage, so I pulled this whole thing off of YouTube and just cut it all down and then used this little Trypticon section. And I will say, pain in the freaking backside, man, to animate that, dude. Just because of how big Trypticon, the Titans Return Trypticon toy is. Ultra Marcus says, nice use of Trypticon. Thanks, man. So let's keep going.
Trypticon left Cybertron.
And that scene is that Trypticon transformation scene is shot solely on twos and 24 frames a second. So that's why it kind of looks a little dragged out or whatever. So real quick, transformation cheat right here that I like to use is the walk off and the transformation sound, so I don't have to edit or don't have to animate transformations. This is the interior of a right-hand drive Countach. Since drive-by was left-hand drive, I kind of thought it'd be neat to have Deep Cover be right-hand drive. And yeah, so I grabbed the interior shot and photoshopped the green screen in there, and then used the anime speed lines in the background. So, and just a moment of silence for the whole scene right there. Yeah, I just wanted to have like a huge just moment of silence where kind of like mimicking like deep cover, just kind of being alone with his thoughts and stuff, and then kind of lets that entire scene breathe as well. So you don't get, so it's not like you're not dropped directly into this. It kind of, like I said, it just kind of lets everything breathe. The background here, it says peace through tyranny, and then through tyranny has been crossed out, and it says trust peace, and that's been circled. But yeah, we got Yellow Jacket and Cup talking to each other here. Yeah, this whole conversation just kind of world building here between Yellow Jacket and Cup and Swerve's bar and stuff like that. Like I said, these first 2 episodes are going to be more world building for all of my Cybertron, my version of Cybertron. Love this Titan Return Cup figure. He animates really well. He's really well articulated as well too. So,
Hey, Cup. How you doing?
and then right there, you heard all the noise, transformation sound, and everything. More world building here. Again, like I said, that's what these first 2 episodes are going to be mainly based around. Because I do plan on continuing after Yellow Jacket with this world, whether or not, there's a sequel to Yellow Jacket or anything like that. Most of the stories I'm going to end up telling from now on will be in this world. So it's just, like I said, just world building for this. I do love that shot. So of Cup walking off. So right here you can see Yellow Jacket receiving the MP3 player. Now this whole thing had a little behind the scenes. I know that's what these are, right? But this whole thing right here had a whole different background. It had like this neon flashing pink and blue and all that, and I didn't like that. So I ended up going with the grid. I'm gonna see what you guys say in chat. Ultra Market says, "quote unquote transformation cheat. You're giving away your hardware secrets. Don't make them send in the feds." Right. TF Concept says, "Love the smoke effect you did on the cigarette for Cup." Thanks, man. On a side note, that cigarette is made from sculpting putty. Just real quick, just made a small cylinder and painted the end to make it, look like it's lit. And then the smoke is just cotton, and it's stuck to his face with some Tic Tac. So yeah, keep going here. So this is Drive-By's letter that he left. Not necessarily not a suicide note, but one of those notes where he knows he's not coming back from the final mission. He's going to do what he's got to do to put an end to it once and for all. Kind of like the Optimus Prime thing, Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost. Drive-By had one of those moments, no matter the cost. And he ends up giving his MP3 player to Yellow Jacket. So the idea behind the MP3 player here is to kind of continue the story of Drive-By, and just kind of continue the story through music, since it is his MP3 player. Ultra Marcus with his woohoo, I love it. Blur song number 2, we all know that. So the idea of the MP3 player is to kind of keep Drive-By in the series. Kind of everything is kind of being told musically through the MP3 player. Like, it's essentially what would Drive-By be listening to at this moment in time, right? Like, what would his music choice be during a fight scene, or while such and such is flying, or while he's eating at a diner, or whatever the case is, right? Like, what would his choices be? The MP3 player is modeled off of an iPod, I think iPod 1 or something, if I remember right. So it kind of gives you an idea of when he was stationed on Earth and when he was, not stationed on Earth. So yeah, it just kind of gives you like a timeline and a date and stuff. If you're if you're willing to dig that deep, I'm willing to think that deep. So I hope people are willing to dig that deep, if that makes sense. And let's see. Ultramarket says, I'm curious, was Song 2 Blur's first hit in America? Yes. I think it was their only hit in America as well. Yeah, Oracle, yep, says, I believe it's our only hit. Yep. Off to Google. So, and I did find this Optimus Prime background piece, this beautiful background piece. And I was like, this would work really, really well. We got Yellow Jacket just jamming out. And he's yelling right here. And I think we've all done this before or listened to music. And then we start to talk real loud while everyone else is just talking quietly, you know. So I just thought it'd be kind of funny, like a real life joke that we've all done before to put in there. There's Baby Croc right there.
Why are you yelling?
Asking me, why are you yelling?
Oh, I guess I'm not used to hearing music in my head.
There you go. And he apologizes. Real quick, shout out to Oracle for that.
Sorry about that.
For showing me how to do that to do all of this in Photoshop right here to add the lighting and stuff to his wings and do all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know, because I just put him up there and I was like, and I asked her, say, Oracle, I need the blue on the wings. Show me how to do this. And yeah, she showed me. So
Hey, Yellow Jacket.
again, more world building here. Octane's Diner, restaurant, whatever you want to call it.
It can play music in your head.
On a side note, this was originally supposed to be an Energon kitchen with different bots coming in, like homeless bots kind of thing, coming in and getting Energon and eating and doing all that stuff. But I didn't have, I ran out of pink foam to create the diner and stuff, or the essentially the soup kitchen. Ran out of foam and stuff to make that. So I kind of figured, okay, well, instead of that, it can kind of be like a restaurant that Octane owns and operates and stuff like that. Let's see. Oh, TF Concepts, like he says, yeah, I've done it many times, especially on the train. Yeah, where you're yelling at the dude over your music. Yeah. Oracle's she has a deviant art with all of her Photoshop manipulations. Yeah. And right here, Yellow Jacket's just explaining what the MP3 player is and does and all of that stuff.
That sounds
And
interesting.
and Octane's kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. By the way, a Deca phase is 8 hours in Cybertronian time. So yeah, just it's been 8 hours since that.
That's the one.
And Daddy Croc. So on a side note, so I originally wrote the script to be it's a female bot with the kid, and as I said earlier, when I looked around the office and stuff, and kind of realized the only figures that I had was Crocs, and I said, well, okay, I guess the script's now a dad, like a single dad or whatever. Barricade standing there being the cop.
Huh? Me?
Um,
That was a simple misunderstanding. You see, I got this thing called
and so when we get to the next scene, I'm gonna pause it again because Oracle helped me out with that scene as well. So the scene originally had Barricade. I cut it out, but so the part after that, Barricade was handcuffing Yellow Jacket and then kind of leading him off on a chain that was attached to the handcuffs. And Barricade said, no one cares about your MP3 player or whatever. And then it was just a hard transition into this. And I didn't like that at all. And I was stuck on it. And I was just like, okay, how does this work? How does this make this better? And Oracle was like, you're overthinking this. Just, the music comes back in and it, fades to black for a little bit. And then it's essentially kind of mimicking Yellow Jacket getting knocked out. And then it goes into the police station scene. And I thought that worked brilliantly because the Blur, song 2, it's essentially a party song as well, but it can kind of also be like, when shit starts to happen or shit starts going down a little bit, it can also function as that song as well. Like you can kind of use it in a fight scene, or you can use it in a party scene. So I thought that was really cool to kind of show the difference between the scene and all this stuff, and kind of be the opposite of Yellow Jacket's happiness, kind of on that same coin. So I thought it was pretty cool. And Oracle says also refuse the voice of Karen. She does. She does. So let's keep going right here.
Did you really need
Yeah, I did.
I do love. I found these energy, little energy bars on Footage Crate,
don't you think, Barricade?
and they do come pre-lit as well, which I thought was really cool. But all the lighting and stuff that you see outside the blue is excuse me, I had to sneeze. But all the lighting outside where you don't see the blue bar, so like the blue lighting on Yellow Jacket here is done with a blue LED off screen, just kind of stacked on the camera. And if you guys caught Deep Cover, Yellow Jacket here is kind of going into a similar speech they did in Deep Cover. I love the transition or the dialogue between these two. It came out really, really well.
Yellow Jacket.
Vern did a great job voicing Barricade. All Hell Megatron as Ultra Magnus just absolutely kills it. I mean, what's crazy is like I didn't even really have to ask for retakes from anybody. It was just I gave them the line, I gave them their instruction, and they just nailed it, man. Absolutely crushed it.
I know. But
So
it feels like everyone deserves a second chance.
All those second chances are going to get somebody offline.
we go a little later. That's the Transformers font. You can find, so that's the Transformers font. You can find it. Oracle found it, and then I think it's a plugin for Adobe. So if you have Photoshop and stuff, it's available. But yeah, we have right here coming up at Swerve's Bar. So this song right here is the True Love We're Making, Capcom versus SNK 2. Love that game, love that song. And Swerve, if you guys have noticed now, every time I show Swerve, there's always some kind of like trance techno kind of thing coming from it, some old school. Like last time we saw Swerve's, Chemical Brothers, Block Rock and Beats was playing, and then now we've got this Capcom versus SNK 2 True Love We're Making song. So it's a bar, it's a party atmosphere. People go to kind of hang out and dance and chill and stuff. So I kind of want to keep that atmosphere with Swerve. That's why I chose this song right here.
Hey, YJ, get you regular? Yeah, thanks. Rough day, kid.
And this is shot from Swerve's perspective. I thought it'd be a really cool alternative because when you see the bar the first time in Deep Cover, everything is shot from the customer standpoint, right? Like, so this is shot from Swerve's standpoint, and I just thought it'd be a really cool I'm wanting to say transition, but that's not right. Really cool dynamic to show. Somewhere on Cybertron again. So this whole scene, real quick. So we've got Chase or Roadburn here. This whole scene, so the original script was going to end with Yellow Jacket going home and basically just kind of being like, yeah, Cup was right. We got to make the world, make it better than everyone else's, right? And you see him take his null rays off the wall because he has them mounted, and he takes them off, and you kind of see him. He just kind of throws them in the fire like he's given up. He's not giving up, but he's he's done with the fighting, he's done with the war, he's done with all this stuff. He's sick of all the pain and misery and stuff it causes. So that was going to signify, yeah, this is going to be the new way. This is going to be a better way, and all that stuff. But again, this is one of those scenes, man, when the music hits me, or when I hear a song and the scene hits me, it's like, bam, it's like, yeah, that's it right there. So this is The Animals, House of the Rising Sun. And as soon as I heard this, I was like, that's perfect. That's going to work so well.
Hey, man. All right. All right, man. You got me.
So I had Oracle pick out I said, go around the office and pick out which bot gets shot in the chest. So, or which bot dies, and she picked Chase Roadburn here. And we got a secret character here. I'm curious to see real quick, who do you guys think shot Sideburn or Chase here? Before I finish this, I'm gonna get caught up on chat real quick. Let's see. TF Constance says, thanks, I had a great time voicing Barricade. Man, you did a great job, dude. Oracle says, perspective. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Oracle says, I've listened to every version of this song in its entirety for the past few weeks until he picked the original. This is true. So what I do when it comes to the music, what I'll do is, like, I'll hear a song and I'm like, okay, that could work. That's definitely the song. But is there a different version of the song that I can use that, might tweak the scene or change the scene a little bit or something like that, right? And that's where the music comes from, and that's how I'll do it. But I will sit there for 2 days, 3 days, a week, whatever it is, and I will listen to covers after covers after covers after covers of the song. And I did that with Bad Moon Rising when I released the first trailer for this. I thought, Bad Moon Rising, fantastic song, right? And that would work. But then I found the cover that I picked, and I was like, oh, dude, that's it right there. That's perfect. TF Concept says, may we see the arm again? Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I'm just curious to see if you guys got an idea. So I'm not going to confirm or deny anything here, because we do find out who this arm and all this stuff belongs to in the next episode. But I'm just curious to see what you guys think it is, or who you guys think it is. But yeah, so there's the arm and the shot. So he keeps going, and he just murders him, cold blood, just like whatever. And this slow blood drip, man, I love this. I laugh because during the premiere, Ultramarket said this played out like a Martin Scorsese gangster movie, and and it totally does. It absolutely does. But I don't know. I watched this. I was so proud. I still am. Like, I'm so proud of this ending. I love the way this ending came out and everything. I watched this, I don't know how many times, before I exported it from Premiere. So we got Transformers Yellow Jacket logo. That's all of episode 1. We got the credits coming up. I did the credits differently. Normally I just do like a credit scroll. And I really wanted these to be special. Because I kind of felt like, I put all the effort and stuff into the episode. I should put effort into the credits, and that's what I did here. And I think the credits came out fantastically. I really do enjoy the way the credits came out. And Oracle was saying too that it kind of reminds her of a play, and I think that's really cool too. I do think she's right. It does kind of remind me of a play when she said that as well. Kind of reminds me too of like older TV shows where the credits, they would show the credits with the person, like from the 80s, like they turn and they smile or whatever. Kind of reminds me of that too. And then we go into the fade, and then we go into the credit scroll. The reason why I did the credit scroll is because I really wanted to add more. I wanted the song to play more. You know, I didn't want to just leave it there. Just because of the lyrics of the song. I really wanted to, you know, accentuate the lyrics and show so everyone could hear the lyrics and stuff. But yeah, it's episode 1, man, of Transformers Yellow Jacket, right there. That's it. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just scrolling up real quick. Oracle says it's blurry on purpose. Yes, it's blurry on purpose, 100%. White arm, yellow gun. Says TF Concepts. Ultra Market says, even when I'm paying attention, I miss so much details. You're not the only one, man. I put a lot, like, I don't know. I just put a lot into it. Like, idea-wise, I guess, or whatever. Just like background-wise, I put a lot into it. Oracle says it was, or more like House of a Thousand Corpses with the cop dad getting shot. Yes, yeah, dude. So that whole scene when I talked to Oracle about that entire scene, I was like, I wanted to pay homage to the movies of like the 70s that just like a lot of the action movies or a lot of the drama movies. They had these long, kind of not really drawn out, but very long scenes, and they would pause on something, and that would be the dramatic effect. And it would always be something like bloody or violent. Like if you go watch, like The Godfather, right? The Godfather did that quite a bit, and I really wanted to pay homage to that. And so I filmed it and I edited it and I did the monochrome, did all that. And first thing she said is, she's like, it's like the scene from A House of a Thousand Corpses, where, you know, right before the cop gets shot in the head. Man, I was like, yeah, dude, that's 100% it. Yeah, because I mean that film was an homage to the 70s, like the 70s horror and suspense thrillers and stuff of that era. So Ultra Marcus says full on Goodfellas and Casino vibes. Yep. Ultra Marcus says good credits, keep bums on the seats and increase audience retention. Oracle says, plus we had no interest to do our original idea. The needed ambulance. I don't remember what that idea was, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed watching you break it down. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming in, bud. Margos says, a great job, all in, all man. Dude, I appreciate it. TF Concept says, a great job on the episode. Cannot wait for the second one. Appreciate it. Let's see. Oracle says, uncomfortable long is my favorite shot sequence. It just adds a lot to each scene, I feel like, when you do like the uncomfortably long shots. But episode 2 is in the works. I'm building the set for that. I'm trying to get it all done by the end of September. That's set building, filming. I've already got everyone's lines back for episode 2 that are in episode 2. I just need to record my lines, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm aiming for, like I said, end of September for it, and it's mainly just because of the set building and stuff that takes a lot of time, painting, drying, and stuff. See, Ultra Marcus, in regards to Marcos, that's funny. He's like, sunglasses on, hair back, boys of summer style. Oracle singing. But yeah, so episode 2, maybe sooner than that, if everything is done on time. But yeah, looking at the end of September for that, and then yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. That's all I got. I will see you guys tomorrow for the live news, and see you guys Friday for Tales from Teletran. And yeah, like I said, man, link in the description down below if you guys haven't watched Yellow Jacket episode 1. Prologues are there as well. The prologues mainly set up Pharma as the villain, kind of give you an idea of how sick and twisted and sadistic he is, or just a little taste of it. And then yeah, then Yellow Jacket, and then yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3:00, same time for the live news. Tales from Teletran this Friday. And this Friday on Tales, we got a topic for you guys. And the topic for Tales we're going to be talking about is, does your spouse support your collecting, and how important it is that you have somebody who supports your collecting and stuff like that, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about on Tales. We're going to have the episode review coming up as well. I think episode 8 for Transformers Headmasters. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Later, Marcos. Take care of yourself, bud. And yeah, I mean that pretty much does it for me as well. Thanks, guys, for indulging me, I guess, all this behind the scenes commentary and stuff. I do enjoy doing these. If you guys enjoy watching these behind the scenes, let me know, because I'd love to do more of these. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So see you guys. Long-winded goodbye, but I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll see you guys Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Night for Tales. And that's it. And yeah, positive statement for today is really generic, I guess, but be good to each other, man. We've all been through a lot of shit these last few years, and with that in mind, be good to everybody.